Hello students, how are you? Students, in this lecture, we will know what is toroid and we will determine the magnetic field intensity due to the toroid. Okay, so first of all, we have to know what is the construction of toroid. So we know that the solenoid, in the previous lecture we had already studied about the solenoid. Solenoid is like that. Okay, if this solenoid is bent in the form of circular ring, then it becomes the toroid. So what is the toroid? Toroid is the circular solenoid. It is also called toroidal solenoid. Means toroid is the solenoid but in the shape of circular. This is the diagram of solenoid. Okay. If current is made to flow through the wire wounded over the toroid, then the direction of current is upward. So the direction of current at that point, the direction will be outward side, means current will be coming out from this point. Okay, and we know that here the copper wire is wounded very close to each other. We can say that the copper wire is in the form of circular loop. So we consider about this loop. This is the top of this loop and this is the bottom of this loop. So current is coming out of the top of this circular loop and going into from this bottom. Okay. Similarly, the direction of current for each loop will be upward direction at the interior edge of this toroid, and it is denoted by dot sign like that. And the direction of current in the outer edge or the exterior edge of this toroid will be inward like that, and it is denoted by cross symbol. Okay, so here because current is made to flow through the copper wire, that's why magnetic field will be produced around the copper wire. Okay, and now in this case we have to determine the magnetic field or the strength of magnetic field inside the toroid and the interior space of this toroid and the exterior space of this toroid. Okay, so to understand this easily, we make another diagram like that. The direction of current in the interior edge of this toroid is outward direction. So the direction outward denoted by dot sign like that. Like that, and the direction of current in the outer edge of this toroid is inward direction, and inward direction shows by the cross sign like that. Because current is flowing through these circular wire bounded over the toroid, that's why magnetic field will be produced around these wires. So we have to find the magnetic field in the interior space of this toroid and exterior space of the toroid and inside the toroid. Because this toroid is same as that of solenoid, and we know that the inside the solenoid the magnetic lines of forces are parallel, and solenoid is straight and this is circular. So the magnetic lines of force inside the toroid will be as concentric circles like that. And what will be the direction of these magnetic lines of force inside the toroid? Here the direction of current at that point is coming out like that, outward direction. By the right hand thumb rule, hold this like that. If thumb shows the direction of current, then the curl of fingers shows the direction of magnetic line of force. For each circular copper wire, the direction of magnetic line of force will be along the direction of curl of fingers. So the direction of magnetic lines of force inside the toroid are anti-clockwise direction. If the current is flowing through the wounded copper wire along this direction from the back side and comes out at that point and going into at that point like that, then the direction of magnetic lines of force will be anti-clockwise. Inside the toroid, we will find the strength of magnetic field. Okay, so take a point P inside the toroid and draw the circular loop like that, and this circular loop is called Amperian loop. Okay, because this point is inside the toroid, that's why here magnetic lines of force will be there, and any magnetic line of force can pass through the point P. Then the magnetic line of force passing through the point P will be like that, circular, and the direction of this magnetic line of force will be anti-clockwise like that. Now at point P, consider about a small length element dl. Okay, now what will be the direction of length element dl? So the direction of length element dl will be along the direction of tangent at point P. Let this is the direction of tangent. So the direction of dl will be along the direction of tangent. And we know that the direction of magnetic field at point P will be also along the direction of tangent drawn from the point P. So the direction of magnetic field will be this. Okay, here the magnetic field at point P is vector B. So the line integral of magnetic field along this circular Amperian loop equal to the mu naught time of the current threading or passing through this circular area enclosed by this circular Amperian loop. So these one are the current threading this area. If the total number of turns of the copper wire wounded over the toroid is N, and current flowing through each circular copper loop is I, then the total current will be Ni. This current will be threading this area enclosed by this closed loop. So here equation will be N into I. This is the total current. This is the dot product of two vectors. So by the formula of dot product of two vectors, vector B dot vector dl will be equal B dl cos theta, and here integral, and will be equal to mu naught Ni. Okay, this theta is angle between the magnetic field and small element dl. And it is clear from this diagram that at point P, the direction of magnetic field is along the direction of tangent drawn from the point P, and the direction of dl is also along the direction of tangent drawn from the point P. So the direction of both are in same. That's why the angle between them will be 0 degree. On putting the value of theta in this equation, so the integral b dl cos 0 will be there, and it will be equal mu naught capital N into I. Okay, this B is the magnitude of magnetic field at every point on the circular Amperian loop. That's why this is the constant value for this circular loop. So it can be taken as common. So B integral dl will be equal mu naught n I. Okay, and here dl is the length of this small element at point P, and integral dl shows the total length of all the small elements. If we imagine that this circular loop consists of the number of small elements dl, 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 then integral dl shows the total length of this circular loop, and this will be equal to the circumference of this circular loop. On putting the value of integral dl, equation will become b into 2 pi r equal mu naught capital N I, where r is the radius of this circular Amperian loop. Now the magnetic field will be mu naught N I upon 2 pi r. This is the magnitude of the magnetic field at each points on this circular Amperian loop. Let here point S is there in the interior space of this toroid. Then draw the circular loop passing through this point S. This is the circular loop. This circular loop is called the Amperian loop. Here in this equation, 2 pi r is the total length of this Amperian loop, and this is magnetic field. From this equation, at the point S, if the strength of magnetic field is B and the total length of this circular Amperian loop is 2 pi, and let the radius of this circular loop is R1. So here will be R1. It will be equal mu naught time total current threading through this small Amperian loop of radius R1. So let this is I. But you know that here inside this circular loop, here current is not threading. So here current is no threading through this small circular loop of radius R1. That's why I will be equal 0. So by this equation, B into 2 pi R1 will be equal mu naught into 0. Okay, and it will be B into 2 pi R1 equal 0, or B equal 0 upon 2 pi R1, or B will be equal 0. So in the interior space of this toroid, magnetic field is 0. Now we will discuss about the magnetic field in the exterior space of this toroid. So what will be it? Let's consider about the point outside the toroid. Let this point is Q. So draw the Amperian loop like that. This circular loop is called Amperian loop. Let the distance of this point is R2, where R2 is the radius of this Amperian loop. So at the point P, here we have to find the magnetic field. On applying the Ampere circuital law, magnetic field B into the total length of this Amperian loop will be equal to the circumference. So it will be 2 pi r2. It will be equal mu naught into total current threading through this area, through this whole area enclosed by this circular Amperian loop. These currents are coming out and these currents are going into. So what will be the total current? You know that for this circular loop of the copper wire bounded over the toroid, so current is here outward and the current at that point is inward. Here the direction of current are opposite and the magnitude are equal. So the net current for this circular loop will be 0 because the direction is opposite. Similarly, for all the loops of copper wire, the net current will be 0. So the total current threading through this area enclosed by this closed Amperian loop will be 0. So here it will be 0. B into 2 pi r2 will be equal 0, or B equal 0 upon 2 pi r2, or B equal 0. Strength of magnetic field in the exterior space of this toroid is also 0. Only magnetic field will be there inside the toroid, and the value of this magnetic field B equal mu naught capital N I upon 2 pi r, where r is the radius of this toroid. Okay, this is the conclusion. Okay, understood.